We are joined today by assistant head coach Delethea Quarles and junior Natasha Dicks, and we're looking ahead to the Olympic trials coming up at the end of this week and all through next week. So coach is a Team USA veteran and now going out there to represent the Gamecocks with Natasha. What are you looking forward to most about this meet?
It's actually fortunate. This year has been such a better year for us as a team, and we have 4 athletes that's going out to represent the Gamecocks, and then we have, of course, our additional large crew of alumni that's there, and so we're looking forward to seeing them there. But obviously, we're looking forward to going to compete, just to kind of piggyback and continue the season and the momentum that we've had, which has been very good. So we're excited about it, and of course, everybody wait every 4 years for the Olympic Games. So just to be in the position to have an opportunity to make a team is like an extraordinary thing. So we're all excited. We leave it on Friday.
Last summer, you spent some time out in Beijing as the coach for Team USA at the World Championships. Now that you are have a little bit less responsibilities and a little bit less stress, can you kind of give your perspective on kind of the scope of this kind of a meet where you have the very best from Team USA, which is arguably the best team in the world for track and field?
Yes, and it is. The best team in the world makes this meet probably one of the most difficult meets to compete in, especially for the elite athletes that do this for a living. For some of the collegiates, it'll be a brand new experience to, I say, the next height to their what they're doing. But Coach Fry will be there on the Olympic staff, so he'll have the whole team responsibility, and then the rest of us assistants will be at the trials to assist our team to hopefully advance to make some finals and hopefully make a team there. So I'm really excited about the triple jump this year. In the past years, I've been on Team USA, and which haven't proven to be one of our stronger events for Team USA, and I've been the jumps coach. So now it's like, we have more than 20-some entries there of the Olympic trials, which is outstanding. We have had some meets in the past that we haven't had as many entries as now. So it makes it for a better competition and exciting, because people will push each other, and hopefully we can find the best 3 to go out there and represent Team USA. So all those things are very exciting, and like I said, definitely looking forward to it.
And Natasha, you're one of those newcomers that's adding that giant field out there in the women's triple jump. This is your first time out at the Olympic trials. Looking back 4 years ago, when you're just finishing high school, did you ever think, hey, 4 years from now I'm going to be trying out for a spot on Team USA?
I'd have to say not really. I'm definitely a in the moment type of person. So whenever someone asks me about something like years ahead, I kind of block it out. So as far as my future, like previously I was definitely blank, but now that it's actually coming to terms and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I'm going to USA trials next week, it's hitting. I really feel very blessed to be here, especially the fact that triple jump is like at an all-time high. Like just how Coach D said, USA trials never had this many people. I mean, even when I was competing in the SEC, I just felt so blessed to be in the top 5 every time. And on top of that, like, this was probably the best season that we had people jumping as high as they were. Like, it's never been this high. So I feel super blessed.
Now you're going back to Eugene. Just a few short weeks ago, you were there, on that podium as a first-team All-American. What did you kind of learn from that experience? I know talking to you afterwards, it was kind of the emotions of the day and the crowd kind of get to you as a first-timer. But now as you're going back as a veteran, so to say, of Eugene, what are you looking forward to most about getting out there?
Just staying focused, staying in my zone, not getting lost. I mean, Oregon is like a beautiful place, and it's really easy to just get caught up in the landscaping, the food. Like, I'm a big food fanatic. That definitely threw me off, is like all these options, or just the fact that the crowd is so into the sport. So if anything, my big goal is to stay focused. I know if I stay focused, I'll get it.
And over these last few weeks after nationals, I know you got class going now, but what have you been up to try and kind of get locked back in? And I guess it would help to have such a quick transition from nationals to get ready for Olympic trials, right?
Yeah, it is good. It's really good. Just basically doing the same thing that we've been doing, not getting too far ahead of ourselves. I know for a fact Coach D has to slow me down sometimes because I make it like if I don't do as good as I want to, I immediately just want to get back at practice and I'll just tell her, kill me. Like, let's run, let's do this, let's do that. So if anything, just not being ahead of ourselves, staying patient, practicing and executing everything that we've been doing to as good as a T as possible, as perfect as possible. So just being patient is really a big thing for me.
And have you been able to go home at all? I mean, I know your family are probably your biggest fans of anyone.
Yeah.
Have you been able to kind of go home and unwind at all in this? in
Yeah,
this time?
I went home for Father's Day, but I made it. I went there and came back because, as I said, staying focused is a big thing as well. And I know if I go home, it's just not going to be that great because I really do get distracted easily. And even though my parents are with me and they'll help me go work out and stuff, it's not the same. It's not to the same caliber as it is when you're on campus. You can go to weights, you have trainers, you have your coach pushing you. It's just not the same. And as far as like going home, it's not that big a deal because actually my family's coming to Oregon to USA trials, so home will be with me. So that's good.
Well, it'd be nice to have some friendly voices in that crowd of thousands out in Eugene.
Yeah, I'm super excited.
That's very cool to hear. Coach, listening to Natasha talk, as a coach, that's got to feel pretty good to have an athlete that is aware of, the focus needed to kind of achieve this high level. And after the season she's had, both indoor, outdoor, and now, going to a Olympic trials, it's got to feel good as a coach to see someone that's really locked in at this time.
Yeah, it has been especially good with Tasha, given some years earlier and getting to this place that she is better focused. There's a lot of things that she initiates and she understands about herself to keep her focus. Of course, we have grown to this point, over the years. And so some things I've had to bring to her attention and some things I've had to remind her of. But I think now she's at this place of growth that she's on top of things. She knows how she gets distracted. And so it's been really good. It's refreshing. But it's kind of the things that you expect out of a high-level athlete like herself. These are the things that you want to happen. And they're happening for her, which is part of her success. We can coach a long time, but until they actually get some things and take the responsibility themselves, that's how execution happens. And that has definitely happened for Natasha, and it's exciting that it happens at this point. No better time than the Olympic year for it to happen. And as we continue to grow and understand the event and execute things, I think her future is just very bright, for this coming week and the years to come. So
Now, you've had a year with Natasha where she's done something that I don't think any Gamecock has ever done, first team All-American indoor and outdoor. As her coach, working with her day in and day out, how do you kind of coach her up because she's doing things that kind of are uncharted territory? How do you kind of keep her locked in mentally and kind of do those little technique tweaks that can kind of make her reach even higher heights?
Well, in the larger picture of everything, we always have to learn from somebody. And I would have to say on a larger picture of it, having Coach Fry, having done both parts of this, he's been an Olympic coach. He's had several Olympians, that's come out of our program and otherwise in all the other institutions he's coached at. I would say, number one, sometimes we look around the world for how to get best at what we do. And so having his sight and his vision, to see him every day and to have access to him on a very regular basis, you don't have to guess what to do. You have someone there that is an example of what to do. And so we're fortunate to have that even in my career of, the Team USA's. It's kind of like Coach Fry's already done that. And so it's been a learning experience for me, but I have him all the time to ask questions to if I have questions. And, nothing can replace that. You don't have to call anybody. You don't have to go look for it. And then we've had people on our team that has done things at a very high level. We've had people that have majored in some of the most difficult majors and has been Olympians. They've graduated with honors and they've been Olympians and national champions. So the blueprint for us has already been written. So as much as it might be uncharted for Natasha and her individual experience, as a team and as a program, these things has been done. It makes us who we are. And when we have someone to come along that has the ability, the focus, and the initiative and take responsibility to doing something great, they have a blueprint to follow. And it has made it so much easier to follow that blueprint knowing that this is what's going to make you successful. So the details of the week and the day and keeping things tweaked and all of that, the athlete helps make that easy as well. And Tasha is motivated. She's ready. She wants more. She knows she's better than even some of the marks she's jumped. We have left a few jumps in the pit that's been fouls. So all those things you chase and keep you hungry and want to be your best at. And so all those things together just keeps us motivated to what we're doing, that we want to be truly number one in what we're doing. So, it's not just one thing, not just this one week. It's, it's really kind of a lifetime of experiences put together that make us who we are. And so we're very fortunate and blessed to be here and to have, Coach Fry and other coaches in our program that has had so many experiences at the next level that helps us to do what we're doing. So I'm not sure if there is any other program in the country that has had this privilege that we have. So it makes it easy for me.
And Natasha, I'll wrap up kind of bouncing Coach D's response off onto you. Does it, as an athlete, from your perspective, does it help to have coaches like Coach Fry, Coach D that have been all over the world coaching track and field to kind of make such a big event kind of small to you? I mean, when it's not such a big scale, when you have people that have been there and done that for you?
Yeah, it's crazy because now after you've asked her and she said it, it's all kind of making sense. Because one of my big things about Coach D that I love so much is she's very friendly. She can connect with you, and she does make it seem small. We don't. It's just like if I go out to practice and she's like, what we got to do, you got this, and we'll like have a casual conversation about our lives, and then she'll bring up USA trials to the point where it just feels like a regular track meet, and she doesn't hype it up like she's not on some like kind of, how if you talk to people and they defamiliarize something to the point where it's kind of like praising it to the point where it's like a groupie kind of thing. It's like Coach D's not like that at all. So the fact that she's been in it, she's been through the process, she knows what she's doing, and we have Coach Fry, the fact that they familiarize it so well and they make it seem so simple really helps, because I'm definitely that type of person. I make it a point not to get riled up off of, the hype of things, and they're definitely those type of people that don't do that. So it's really easy.
All right, well said. Well, I know I speak on behalf of most of South Carolina when we say we're rooting you on when you're out there in Eugene, and we're looking forward to seeing you come back as a member of Team USA, hopefully. So thanks for your time, Natasha and Coach D.
Thank you.
Thank you.